Hey everybody, I'm here with a quick video on Kenya Moore. Listen, TMZ caught Andy Cohen out and about in the streets and they asked him about Kenya and he avoided the question. You know, when I was growing up, they always said no answer is an answer. So what does that mean to me? That the door is closed and when it comes to Kenya Moore and Bravo. But those are my thoughts. Y'all got to let me know yours. He avoided the question. They asked him, they said, listen, Kenya said she was invited to the reunion and then uninvited. Listen, when somebody invites you somewhere and then they uninvite you, that means they no longer want you there. I think the door is closed. But listen, we're going to be the judge. Let me go ahead and share screen and y'all let me know your thoughts. But those are mine. So let me see. Andy Cohen, will Kenya Moore return to RHOA? He said, well, take a listen.
Andy, we have to ask you, now listen, Kenya says she was invited and then uninvited to the reunion. How true is this?
I have to watch her whole, I haven't watched her post yet.
Okay.
But
is that true? Is that part true?
We'll talk about it.
Oh my goodness, Andy. Well, okay, well, is she coming back? Fans want her back. So what's the deal?
I love her. I love her. Listen, there is so much more of this season left, and it is so good. PHAEDRA comes on in like 5 weeks. It is a jam, and you are going to love it. And so right now, I'm kind of focusing on the rest of the season.
So not Kenya?
What?
So you're not focusing on Kenya, but she's coming back?
I'm focusing on the show.
Okay, so when you watch that confessional, let us know.
Okay.
Well, it looks like you were trying to say that she was invited and then uninvited.
That's what it looks like I was trying to say?
Kinda. You were like,
I don't know. Hopefully.
Just trying
I love her. I'll tell you that much.
He said, I love her. I'll tell you that much. Here's the deal. He was avoiding the question. And I think he kind of answered it without answering it. Kenya Moore's stands are begging for a return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But Andy Cohen looks like he's not exactly rushing to roll out the peach. We caught up with Andy in New York City and asked him straight up, is there any truth to Kenya recent claim that she was invited and uninvited from the RHOA reunion? You got to see the video, which we did, because Andy's face practically screams the tea. And that's what I said. Now, let me say this. To me, if you want the door to maybe perhaps remain open or have a crack in it so that one day you can walk back through it, you got to do the PHAEDRA Parks. When PHAEDRA Parks left RHOA, got fired from RHOA, whatever the case in the story may be, you never heard an interview. You never heard her say anything bad about RHOA. She didn't come say XYZ. She kept her mouth quiet. Silence is golden. And now she bounced from Married to Medicine. Now she's back on RHOA. PHAEDRA did it the right way. Nene ran her mouth and you saw where that got her. Kenya's running her mouth and she thinks the fans have the power to get her back on the show. She's not thinking straight if she thinks that's the case, because for years the fans have been begging for Nene to come back and you have yet to see an invitation. As for whether Kenya Kenya's making a comeback next season after getting suspended last summer for unveiling those alleged oral posters of Brittany Edie, Andy's still serving up some seriously telling expressions. Instead, Andy tells us there's so much juicy stuff going down this season that he's focused on that for now. But he does keep saying he loves Kenya. So, hey, maybe that's a little glimmer of hope. It's definitely an interesting clip. And when you have to decode for yourself while watching, but it looks like Kenya fans might have to wait a little more before she's back on their screens. Listen, wait a little more, I think, is an understatement. I think Kenya is doing too much. But listen, she has a YouTube channel. I wish her well. Now, I believe, let's just round it up. She was making maybe $2 million from her stint on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, I think you got to work hard to get a $2 million check in 1 year from YouTube, but maybe she has the potential to do that. I'm not going to count her out. I really do wish her the best because she has a lot going on. She got a mansion. She got a hair care spa. She has a daughter. She got bills to pay. But I think in paying those bills, you got to do also, I'm going to say Mariah from Married to Medicine, right? Mariah hasn't said too much about Bravo ever since she kind of parted ways with them, like being on screen, because I heard she's still like executive producer or something like that on Married to Medicine. So, you know, when you leave jobs, unless you're, I'm going to say, going to sue them or anything like that, it's best to probably just stay quiet. It's best to stay quiet because Kenya Moore, your fans can scream all day long, but if you got invited and uninvited to the reunion, obviously a fan screaming is not going to help you. Listen, guys, y'all know the routine. Chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for watching. I will also add this when it comes to, you know, Andy speaking. I think he said nothing but said it all. I think, you know, him saying like he loves Kenya, meaning because he don't want no beef, so to speak, between him and Kenya Moore, but also as much as people think Andy is the end-all be-all as to who can come back and stay or whatever, I don't think the last word lives and resides with Andy. And I know many of Kenya Moore fans are feeling like, you know, the post that she did of Brittany Edie, it was like a even type of situation. Brittany said she had a pow, and so Kenya more responded the way she did. I'm not seeing it like that, but we've been down that road. I've been down that road with y'all. I think Kenya, she let a newbie knock her off her square. Ain't nothing worse than if you really the queen and everybody got to bow down to you and you miss twirl and all of that. How could you let a newbie knock you off your square in your own hair care spa where you paid so much and put so much into that? I think at best, if she was going to do it, and I'm not encouraging her and saying she should have done this, but I think at best, if she should have did it, if she was going to do it, you know, it should have been, you know, when they meet at each other's house sometime and they have their little luncheons or their little meals together. You know, maybe it could have been a peace brunch before all of this happened or whatever the case may be, and they all met up, and maybe she brought, you know, the photos there and maybe just had it on her phones and was showing it to the girls there. Remember when they was teasing about Karen Huger on the Real Housewives of Potomac, that blue eyes? And then Robin held up a phone and was showing this alleged picture. That's something a little different than in a spa opening where there's many people there and you're actually holding up posters. Listen, I think Kenya messed up, but those are my thoughts. But the real question here is, do you think the door is closed or open for her to go back to Bravo? Or do you think there's a crack or there's no crack at all? Thanks for watching. Hit the like button. Chat with me. I'll chat back. And I'll see you in the next video.